With a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing up. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely Bucks leading by 6. C.J. McCollum out there with Paul. Then there's Udo, and it's Chandler. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Back to Paul. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Chandler. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Admire how polished Chandler is close to the rim. That's where he's going to take most of his field goal attempts, but down deep in the paint and looking to score.
Well, you know exactly what you're getting with Chandler at this point of his career.
Well, Chandler, one of the few guys in the league who was drafted while I was still playing, Kevin. I guess I'm getting old, but not quite as agile defensively as he used to be, but still a guy who barks out orders from behind, a great locker room leader, and takes the time to help these young guys know what it takes to be a professional.
Chandler with a screen for Paul. It's intercepted. And Simmons kicks to Bielitsa. Simmons against Paul. Simmons dishes to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped. And they'll keep possession. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And here is Paul. He's got 7. San Antonio calls timeout. We've heard the rumors, Brent, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play on the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost. It's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting threes, handle the ball, make some decisions at the top of the key, be a playmaker. It's fascinating to watch guys with this sort of size and this sort of skill, and also being this young, having such a tremendous impact for the organizations they're playing for.
5 to shoot. Chandler with the screen on Noah. Paul's shot is off. Spurs trail by 9. Outside, Simmons. Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Here's Simmons. 10 points for him. They set the screen. Clock at 4. Out to the right wing. Here's Anunoby.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Here's Paul. 7 points in the game. And it's McCollum in the corner. Over Butler. Drills the baseline jumper. McCollum's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks.
Well, you got to recognize how dangerous a scorer this young player is. McCollum gets in rhythm and stays there.
Anunoby passes to Bielitsa. The dish now to Simmons. To stop the drought. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
Osman. And it's good off the back rim and in. He's got 7.
When your point guard has those kind of excellent instincts, ripping the D to pieces comes along with it.
Noah with a screen on Paul. Outside, Simmons. Noah the screen. Shot off the pick. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You just have to be more careful with Simmons. So brilliant at throwing the D off guard.
For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Hey, Brent, we've seen Hall of Fame players become coaches, but often it seems like the smart role player, they sustain more success in that role of head coach. Why is that?
I think, Kevin, a lot of times the role player is a conduit between both ends of the spectrum of your team. He can communicate with the star player. He can also talk to the guy who's the 12th man on the bench and make sure that both of them are getting what it is that they need to be in the best position to succeed. That's why you see a lot of players in that middle ground who do a great job of becoming NBA coaches as they understand the role of each.
And the work ethic, too, because for role players, maybe it hasn't come as easy. Whereas for a superstar, it was too easy.
That's true, Kevin. And how much work do you have to do with the most talented player on your team? It's pretty specific what his role is going to be. I think a role player who ends up being a coach understands the work dynamic of the rest of the team surrounding that player, create a great positive environment around your stars. That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. And they dodged a bullet there.
Spurs trail by 7. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. 3-pointer, Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
And with these new player tracking cameras, you see some very interesting numbers. The Spurs, one of the lowest teams in terms of pace and fast break points. And yet, they're one of the top teams, Brent, in average speed and distance travel. How do you explain that?
Well, what they do, Kevin, is every time down the court, they set up their offense and they run through their options. And that could be very frustrating for anybody who's trying to defend it. They're waiting within a 24-second shot clock to have 1 or 2 defenders relax, get lazy, and as soon as they do, the Spurs take advantage of it.
Mike Kaminsky, he's checked in for Bielitsa. Paul kicks to McCollum. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 17 points for C.J. McCollum.
Look, they know it. He knows it. That jumper is pure. As a defender, it's hard not to overplay McCollum to shoot the 3.
Butler in the corner. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Over in the corner, Decker. It's McCollum on the wing. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And C.J. McCollum, the league's most improved player in 2016, won it easily.
I like the quiet confidence of C.J. McCollum, who just was waiting for the minutes. I think he felt like he was capable of doing these things. He just needed the time. And with the time he got, he took full advantage of it. One of the best scorers now in the NBA.
Paul outside. Decker with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. But they get it back. Paul outside. Chandler a screen. Lobbed up there for Chandler. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Chandler has had some years where you would consider him one of the most elite rebounders in the league. Uses his height that time to snag the board.
Here's Butler. Butler missing again.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Now Paul. 7 points in the game. Good. Paul's got 9.
Well, the D doing everything they can right there to slow Chris Paul down. Ultimately, none of it worked.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, if shooting is a priority, then teams are prioritizing what it is that C.J. McCollum can do to the likes of an offensive system. The guy is remarkable, is smooth, gets anywhere he wants to on the floor, and scores with incredible efficiency. I know we fall in love with the three ball, but C.J. McCollum may be the best overall mid-range young scorer that the NBA has to offer.
Ntilikina, he's checked in for Milwaukee. The Spurs also changing it up. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Anunoby. Zach LaVine comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Baldwin subbed in for Kaminsky. Looking to end the run. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time.
Kicks to Arthur. Chandler a screen. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. A baseline J. And there are the Bucks with another bucket. And McCollum, a master of the pull-up. Brent, big men lay back on him at their peril.
He's got such tremendous handle, Kevin. He can shake guys and just get them off balance. I always feel like C.J. McCollum is playing in second gear, toying with the defense, and once he hits fourth gear, look out.
Pass to Arthur. McCollum outside. Over LaVine. McCollum no good.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
The turnaround jumper. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Ntilikina. He dishes it to Decker, expanding his range. Spurs trail by 18. LaVine with it, now defended by McCollum. Simmons passes to Baldwin. They set the pick. Dishes it to McDermott. It's good from long range. McDermott's got 6.
Pretty thing right there. McDermott shooting the basketball from the perimeter, and when he's beyond the arc, he is looking to do that.
To the left side wing. Arthur. Rebounded by McDermott.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Baldwin. To the inside. Kick out to LaVine. And there's the pass to Baldwin. Fires from the wing. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Ntilikina. He kicks it to Decker. Chandler a screen. Here's Arthur. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Kaminsky is checked in for San Antonio. Spurs trail by 15. There's the screen. On the wing, LaVine. Shoots over Arthur. LaVine, good. He's got 9.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
San Antonio making a switch here. Bogut's checked in. Pick by Zeller. Moore left side. The tray. Drains the three-pointer.
Moore is a quality three-point shooter, so you got to D him up, especially when he's behind the arc.
Baldwin kicks to McDermott. The 11-footer. Arthur grabs the board. Arthur's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Pick by Zeller. Clock at 6. Over Bogut. Pass to Ntilikina. Back to Arthur. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Spurs trail by 16. They set the pick. Baldwin the pass to Kaminsky. McDermott, no one around him. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Pick by Zeller. It's stolen by Kaminsky. In transition, here comes San Antonio. And that one, good. McDermott's got 11 points.
That's a smart play. Doug just getting himself set up, the right place, the right time, and the right result.
Osman. No good with the triple. With 1 on the clock. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change. Spurs trail by 11. On the floor for San Antonio, starting the 4th quarter. Oddly out there with McDermott. Then there's Len. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Simmons in at the point guard position.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Jacks up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Bucks lead by 14.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him, but for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
Got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He's not satisfied with their effort level. He said, we're not hustling out there, guys. We are not going to win that way. I promise you. We've got to get after it. We'll see how his team responds.
And Simmons kicks to Bogut. And stolen by Zeller. Here's Ntilikina. Pick by Zeller. Moore outside. Bucks passing it around. Turnaround Jay. And it's sent back by Bogut.
Bogut knows his role so well and is always in good defensive position. Good block there.
Levine kicks to Simmons. Feeds to Butler. Over Moore. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
His versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Pick by Zeller. Here's Ntilikina. Osman. Guarded by Levine. 4 on the shot clock. Nice D from Levine. Spurs trail by 12. Simmons dishes to Levine. Back to Simmons. Over Zeller. Offensive rebound. Out to the right wing. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Bucks leading by 12. Here's Ntilikina. Picked by Zeller. Osmond. Pass to Ntilikina. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Moore passes to Zeller. Over Bogut. And the shot is long.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
Bean passes to Anunoby. He feeds it to Bogut. Outside, Levine. Screen by Bogut. Here's Butler. Good on the jump shot. Butler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just only so much you can do against Butler. Even in the face of intense defense, he stays focused on that basket.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Brent, some incredible players have put on the jersey for the Bucks in their storied history. You have a favorite Bucks player who you always appreciated watching?
Well, I'll name three, Kevin. First, Jack Sikma. Second, Sidney Moncrief. And third, Terry Cummings. Those were some of the more incredible offensive teams during the 1980s that do not get enough credit.
Decker's checked in for the Bucks. Paul comes in for Ntilikina. Bucks leading by 10. Picked by Zeller. Paul kicks to Moore. Back to Paul to stop the drought. Rebound San Antonio.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Baldwin. Len passes to Baldwin. Here's Bielitsa. McDermott kicks to Bielitsa. Fires for three. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Now here's Levine. Baldwin the pass to Levine to the right side. And taken away by Paul. Picked by Zeller. Paul dishes to Zeller. San Antonio with the rebound. Levine's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. That's it, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Baldwin.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
And the wide open shot from Paul. Paul missing again.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Moore against Levine. Passes it to McDermott. Back to Levine. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Decker's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And here is Paul. Arthur kicks to Zeller. They set the pick to end the drought. Come on. And the Bucks miss again.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Oh, great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
Here's Levine. Can't hit that one. The Bucks go the other way with it. They led by as many as 18 points. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Back to Paul. It's tipped. Just 5 to shoot. Connects from three-point range. And the Bucks lead by 9.
And that is something that Darrell Arthur has developed over the years. You have to respect his ability to nail those shots if you're playing defense.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. The Spurs offense, one of the most efficient in the NBA. It's all predicated, Greg, on motion.
And it's ball movement and player movement. They kind of want to warp the defense and force mistakes, and that's when they strike.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for more. Andrew Bogut checked in for San Antonio. Kaminsky comes in for Bielitsa. Spurs trail by 9. Here's Baldwin. The feed to McDermott. Pass to Baldwin. Levine dishes to Bogut. Over Zeller. Bogut, the pass to Kaminsky. Over to the left wing. Here's Baldwin. Paul with the ball. It's McCollum on the wing. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Baldwin kicks to McDermott. And so it's Milwaukee now. Milwaukee leading by 11. Paul outside. The dish to Zeller. Back to Paul. There's the 3.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Baldwin. Defended by Paul. Kicks to McDermott. He dishes it to Levine. Just 4 to shoot. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
Dishes it to Zeller. McCollum outside. Over Levine. McCollum, no good. Spurs trail by 9. There's the screen. Baldwin kicks to Bogut. Here's Baldwin, defended by Paul. Goes up on the wing. Baldwin can't get it to go. Milwaukee leading by 9. Back to Paul. Picked by Zeller. Back to Decker. From deep. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Bogut with a screen on Paul. Back to Levine. Bogut dishes to Kaminsky. Over Arthur. Almost, but it rolls out. Milwaukee's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. ball outside. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Here's Levine, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, Brent, the Bucks, the past few seasons, have had a problem threatening teams from deep.
Now, with the way the NBA is going, you're going to have to find a threat out there. Now, can it come from within? Can one of their players develop that three-point shooting touch, a guy that they rely on a ton? Or will they be able to go out and sign a sharpshooter to help improve the versatility of their offensive roster?
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
When the Bucks ownership changed just a few years back, you could feel that there was a change for the direction of this basketball club, and they're much more focused on building from the draft, taking a lot of young players that have tremendous potential and seeing where they can go. They're doing everything they can to make this a great free agent destination. The new arena will help that.
And what can you say about an alley-oop from that far away?
You can't say anything. It was pure beauty. Right wing, Osman. That free throw good from Diallo. So he gets them both. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Bucks.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for C.J. McCollum.
Well, he could not be stopped on offense. Super efficient tonight. There wasn't a lot the defense could do.
McDermott can't get it to go. Here's Ntilikina. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. "15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the first one at the line is good.
And Ntilikina, he possesses that unselfishness that really allows his guys to play their best basketball. You got to love his approach.
Here's Baldwin. Screen by Bogut. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. And he's good on the 3-ball. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to